Good morning, everyone. This is Jeremy with Prop Traders with the market opening report on June 6, 2013. Obviously, the big story of the day is the terrorism attack in Orlando. Um, I think the most interesting thing about that is actually the correlation. It seems the correlation between crude and the U.S. equity index future markets are intact still. Um, Common logic tells you if there's any type of terrorism attack, that's a good thing for oil prices to go up because fear increases, and the supply shortage could be affected. Things like that, relationships between us, the U.S. and foreign countries could be affected. Things like that. Um, so any type of terrorism attack is usually a cause for rise in oil index prices, but we see it flat to actually down here 1.32% this morning, about 65 cents. Um, and that confirms my theory of the upward trend being affected highly. Let me look at the daily chart here and see where we're at as far as the overall picture. So yeah, we're down below the 15 period moving average. If we can hold this as resistance 49.12 here, that's resistance. We don't really have any support. We'll probably have support around maybe this 47.71 level. Um, but that's about it. We'll see selling. Um, I would short off of that 48. The 49.20 if we can catch that. That'd be a good shorting place today. Um, Otherwise, I'm not really sure where we see support and might see a bounce. Again, it could be around this 47, 48 level, 48 even maybe, something like that. But if not, we're looking at the 46s next. But yeah, once we break that 48, I don't see a whole lot of support between 48 and 46 being intact at all. Um, Maybe this 46.40 level, something like that. So um, again, I would look for a place to short. Again, we might. My guess is we'll probably chop around in most of the markets today and just kind of digest what's going to happen. Of course, this week we have the Fed announcement on Wednesday. Tomorrow Tuesday we actually have a bunch of retail news for U.S. equities, which could affect the market slightly, not a whole lot, but it could be a little bouncy if there's bad news in the morning that could drag the markets down further. So we'll look at the Nasdaq index here. Again, we'll look first on a daily chart. Again, we've broken support there. Um, had a nice down move so we should be taking back all this here in the next few days and get maybe possibly to further lows. Again, it all depends on what the Fed says. My guess is they're not going to say much of anything, and if they do raise rates, that's a huge. It's going to be a huge burden on the market. It's going to drag it down even further. Maybe they want that. I don't know. But my guess is they can't raise um, interest rates at all right now. They're going to wait to see what happens with the Brexit vote, which is another um, piece of news that's affecting the markets as well as a whole. But let's see the NQ here on a 5-minute chart. So as far as support, we're looking at 44.05 for a possible area support in the NQs. Um, but other than that, I would look to short off of this. I'm not sure about the 15-day. I think I said I'm going to see a fair amount of chomp today. I would short off of this 65-day moving average. Look for stochastics to line up and try to short there. The same with the ESs, S&P indexes. We're seeing support at 2065 in the S&P. S&P is holding up fairly decent as opposed to Nasdaq, which is weird because Nasdaq had a huge buyout between Microsoft and LinkedIn. I haven't really checked any other individual equities, but must be some other selling going on. But the ES is down significantly as well, but not quite as bad. We're only down 0.3%, so 6.25 points, and the ES is. But again, we're gonna chop around here. Might see some support around 2072, something like that. Again, both of these are gonna. We have an overnight low here at 2077. If we break that, then it's off to the races to the downside, probably down past 20 to 2065 there. So we'll see what happens. And we'll look at the gold here lastly. Gold should be up fairly nice today. Yeah, we are. And looking at gold from a daily chart here, we'll see what's happening. So you brought gold around here. You're looking fat and happy right now. So we'll see if we can break over this 1295 area for gold and see what happens. Other than that, good trading today. We'll talk to you after the market's closed.